Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are. Welcome back to Brunch with DESB. I am your average host, Des, also known as DESB, and we're back. Okay, I have quite the story time for you guys before we dive into this episode in the manner it's supposed to be. Okay, however, I will just start off this episode by saying, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to DESB and Brunch with DESB. Happy birthday to you. That is my rendition of Sexy Happy Birthday to you and I. It is our 5th anniversary, our 5th birthday together. And it's also today my 30th birthday. So if you are not interested in making this day, this hour of your life, I should say, about me, I'm going to need you to log off, okay? Because this is my episode, and specifically, this is my podcast no matter what, okay? If it's about me, it's about me, all right? But today is extra special because we have been showing up doing this for 5 years, and I don't know what's more impressive, and you guys will have to give your feedback. The fact that I turned 30 today, you know, wow, it's a big milestone. Or the fact that we have been doing this shit for 5 years, since I was 25. What is more impressive? Because I would always argue that the podcast definitely trumps all here, okay? But happy birthday to us and happy Sunday. So story time real quick. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. But if there's one thing I never do is I can't make a short story short. I will always somehow make a short story long. I talk. Okay. So the other day, it was Wednesday, 2 days ago. Today is Friday. So technically I'm not 30 yet. Don't write me off. Okay. So I record on Wednesday and I do this whole episode, all of which we will be talking about today, right? The good thing is, think of it like I actually practiced this week. Okay. So will we have a great episode? Probably, because I know what I'm going to say. Okay. Wednesday, I do this episode. We're talking about all these topics, whatever. We come to the main emphasis of the podcast, talking about just like my 20s, etc. I'm like hitting bars. I'm just chopping it off left and right, right? Well, my mom texted me. She was traveling back from Jamaica. So of course I was like kind of worried, making sure everything was okay. I got distracted and I realized in the second part of my podcast, I did not push record. Bummer, right? Bummer. But I was like, you know what? My girls are going to understand. I'm going to have raw audio from the camera. I'll enhance it, try to make it sound good, and just preface that, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. I'm going to have to call it what it is because I leave for the Bahamas on Sunday. It is what it is. So I get up and you see behind me, I have this pink light, right? Well, behind that, you can probably see where like the outlet is on the other side of this like kind of wooden built-in. So there's obviously somewhere where I have to unplug it, right? And I always do that because I hate leaving lights on so long, especially this one. So I have my mini micro SD card, mind you. To record this podcast, which I just made sure I was recording, there is the smallest micro SD card. Like it's so tiny, okay? And I have to pop it out and I have to transfer files, whatever. So I pop it out and I have it in my fingers, like my thumb and my pointer finger. And I use my middle finger and my ring finger to pull out the socket, right? So I'm pulling out the electrical cord. Well, during this, it kind of took some force. It came out and I dropped the SD card. No big deal. It's right in front of me. It's on the edge of the built-in, like near the wall here, right? So I go to grab it, guys. My fingernail flicks it, like, and it flies under the built-in. The whole SD card flew under there. So I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get it? So I took a paper clip and I tried to like fish it out. No. Guys, the SD card went into the oblivion. Like I don't even know where it went because I didn't even like flick it under that far. Nonetheless, I didn't even purposely flick it. You know, it just happened. So I lost that whole episode in entirety. And I was like, you know what? If that wasn't a sign, then I'm just going to have to re-record. I don't know what is. I don't have to re-record often. In my whole time of podcasting, I probably re-recorded 4 times total. You know what I mean? Like something's happened, something's messed up. I lost something, or like my SD card got ruined, or like my camera SD card. So anyways, that was pretty short. I kept it pretty short. But therefore it was gone. And I was like, you know what? I have two choices. I can either be pissed about this and not put an episode out Sunday, or I was filming early because I had the chance, and I usually have been filming on Fridays anyway. So I can kind of stick to my quote normal routine and just call it what it is. Tomorrow, all we're doing is like tying up loose ends before we leave to the Bahamas, which by the time you're seeing this, I'm probably en route nonetheless at the airport. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. I have the time. I will be fine. But I did not want to leave you guys hanging for our 5th anniversary. Nonetheless, just like recapping my birthday and all that we've gone through together. Like, it was just important for me to put out an episode. Okay. So that's my little short story. Yep. You're welcome. I will say that there is no news on any of my small town drama from last week. Okay. The house did not get ran into again. Thank God. And I know since last week too, I will kind of just speak on this real quick. I ended up listening to the Good Guys podcast with Drake Bell, and I listened to the Call Her Daddy episode or interview with Chappel Roan. And I did listen to, wasn't there another podcast I said I wanted to listen to? Fuck, I forgot. But I did listen to the Chappel Roan interview. And so I just wanted to chat on that really quick, just by saying I made my piece on Instagram with how I felt about it. But, I think that at the end of the day, Chappel, like, I thought she was 21, first off. Like, I thought she was Olivia Rodrigo's age. She's 27. By her age, I had like 2 kids, which is crazy, And so to kind of take context of what she said now, knowing her age, it was like a little bit bonkers. However, she had this huge blow up in the past year. And I think she's just under a lot of like mental load right now, navigating this new normal for her. Like, I think for anyone, if you were to go into like overnight fame or what felt like overnight, it would be a lot. And to have everyone scrutinizing everything you say, if there's anyone that should be kind of sad by what she said, it would be like her friends. Like it would be her friends that she spoke about. Her friends with the 4-year-old, her friends with the 2-year-old. That's sad. But anyways, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. But that was just kind of like the feedback that I got from the interview. And overall, like, I don't want to say Chappel Roan sounds miserable because I do really like her, but I think she's just going through a lot and she's figuring out. Like, let's look back, for example, at Billie Eilish. Granted, she was like 7 years older, but when she was 16, 17, blowing up online, we look at her Vanity Fair, the yearly interviews that they do, and she was definitely going through a lot. And look at her now, right? Like, we have to give people room to grow and understand that this isn't necessarily like the truest them. And I think she's just going through evolution. And I'm going to choose to give her grace on that, because until you are a mom, you do not understand. And you're not meant to. And it's okay. We don't need to pass judgment for that. So anyways, okay, a few updates. Number one, listen, I told you guys over and over and over and over again, I am not someone who's going to be telling you, I'm on my period, started my period. That's not my monthly routine. But I'm only giving you an update because I told you guys how I was like manifesting not having my period for my vacation. Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't come yet. I have had the worst cramps ever. I have forgotten what this experience feels like. Okay. I've had maybe 4 periods in 5 years. Okay. I'm in hell. Like, even right now, I'm in pain. That's why my knees are up. Like, I'm uncomfortable. I had to take ibuprofen. I've never had to take medication for like my period in my life. And I know they say after like every period, or after every kid, your period gets worse. Dude, I don't know. I'm worried because I did not experience this last month when I first got it. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping this isn't a routine for me. Okay. But I haven't gotten it yet, which fucking sucks. Last time I had my period, it was only like maybe 4 days. Like, it was short, like I've never really had a long-ish period either, but I don't want to be on it the whole time I'm on my fucking vacation. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Timing, honestly, like, low-key sucks for that. So anyways, just giving you an update for that. I will not be telling you guys again. It's irrelevant. Some things we can keep secret, okay? Speaking of keeping secret, there is a story out there this week. I guess Demi Moore's daughters, Demi Moore and Bruce Willis, Rumer Willis. Okay, that's one of the more popular sisters. Like she's been, I think, in a few movies. We all still take baths together, my sisters and I. And that's just the kind of house I grew up in. People may think that's crazy and weird, but I don't. We need to keep some things private, okay? I am all for destigmatize this, normalize this, okay? Bring back secrets. Eliminate certain oversharing. And again, I am pro oversharing, okay? There are some things, though, that we should really just keep within ourselves. The internet doesn't need to know. You don't need to tell the internet. You don't need to tell your friends. You don't need to tell Facebook, okay? Keep it to yourself. This reminds me a lot of like Jeanette McCurdy. If you guys have not read her memoir, I'm glad, what was it? I'm glad my mom died. I'm so glad my mom died, or however, whatever it was. Amazing memoir. I loved reading that. One of the things her mom did was bathe her until she was like X amount of age. Like even then she had to tell her mom not to. Her mom was like over infatuated with her and her body and her weight. It was crazy. And they also made her bathe with her brother. Like granted, they're all girls. I can take a step back for that. But like also you're like 30-year-old women plus, like that's weird. Unless you're in a locker room and you are forced to like, strip down after practice, everyone grabs a quick shower. That's not normal. Like, I don't know. I also see shower time and specifically baths. That's a vulnerable place. Okay. That's like my personal time of like self-care by myself. I don't even like showering with Wyatt a lot. You know what I mean? Like it's not my cup of tea. It doesn't turn me on. This is my place. This is my sanctuary. This is weird. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Bye. Next up, I meant to talk about this last week, but Selena Gomez dropped her album with Benny Blanco, what is about 2 weeks ago, okay? They did a lot of press, and I'm going to be honest, there's a few songs on there that I like. Bluest Flame, fucking pussy poppin', Brat Summer remix, Selena remix. I think it's the song Cowboy, or maybe it is the song I Said I Loved You First, maybe, or something. There's only really two. The other ones have just kind of lost me. And when I think of like Selena Gomez, number one, she is still annoying to me. I'm sorry. Like I can pop my pussy to that song and still think she's annoying. Okay. Her pop star career has just never really been there. Like if we really think about it, she's had a few hits. Do not get me wrong. But if we're thinking of full on stardom, I just don't think she ever actually had the music part. She just has this like enormous heart. She's a great person. Like again, she's annoying, but she seems to be a great person. She has a great makeup brand now. She's just really battled through like mental health and obviously physical health with like lupus and stuff. She's a very strong voice for a lot of communities. I think she's just so beloved, but I can't say I've ever seen and thought of Selena Gomez as this like major pop star. Again, few songs, few hits, don't get me wrong. But I'm not hearing a lot of spark around this album. And I just wonder like how she feels about that. Like, I don't know. How would you feel knowing you've had like a rise before in the celebrity world, not just on social media, celebrity world. And then you kind of just take a different avenue and you feel like you're like out of that spotlight. Like, I don't know, like is music for her? I don't know. Bluest Flame, she did this like, I just want to go all night. I just want to go in. Like that was kind of a vibe. She needs to do more of that, like more like overlaying for maybe like EDM music or stuff. Cause she definitely has that style, that music ability and that voice. But I liked her style of that, if that makes sense. That's just a thought of mine. Now with that, we've seen this like Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber discourse again. I watched the 7-part series. And if you know, you know. I watched the 7-part series about Hailey Bieber. I don't think she's like a stalker. I don't think she's someone to be worried about. I don't think Selena Gomez is someone to be worried about. I think that they were all teenagers at one point and they're now grown fucking people. And we need to like let that die. Like It's crazy how much we still talk about Selena and Justin. Bro, that ship is so gone. It's like the people who hang on to like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. Like, it's so over, it's over. You know, by the way, where's Britney Spears been? I have not heard from her. Anyways, I just felt really bad because then we saw like all these tabloids and Justin Bieber unfollows Hailey. Like, it's just so comical at this point. And I just wonder what they think. I'm like, do they just laugh about this by this point? I don't know. But Justin Bieber seems to be coming out with a new brand. I think it's called like Sucka, maybe. Kind of a cool logo. I'm assuming it's going to be like oversized menswear, but also loungewear. At least it looks like for this first drop. It looked like there was like a phone case, some sweatpants, a sweatshirt. It looked interesting. I will be curious to see what he's churning up. I'll tell you what, though, this motherfucker is doing everything but putting out new music. All right. Next up, speaking of music, we have Kesha, my girl, my gal. She's going on tour this summer. Hot Girl Summer. Okay. You know what it's called? Tits Out Tour. Tits Out Tour. How cool is that? Like, love. So on brand for her. She's always been edgy and she's always been so cool. She's a cool girl, you know? Like, she's the girl that you see smoking a cigarette and you're like, do I want to smoke cigs now? That's Kesha, you know? So I'm so excited. I am 100% locking down tickets. I signed up for the pre-sale for New York, Madison Square Garden. I feel like that would just be such a vibe. My second choice would be West Palm Beach, Florida. It's nearing the end of her tour in August, but I feel like it would be tits out in West Palm. You know what I'm saying? I'll be curious to see what other music she comes out with this year. But like, I hope at her tour, Tits Out Tour, like, can please bring out the Animals deluxe album. Like, I'm not here for your new music. Of course I am, but like the millennial in me, like, I need to be healed listening to like Dancing with Tears in My Eyes and like Prayer. Or Praying, I think is maybe the name of the actual song. So like, I'm going to be living my best millennial life. That is going to be my 30th birthday gift to myself. Okay. Next up, speaking of 30s, speaking of postpartum, speaking of moms, Meghan Trainor has admitted to using Manjaro. Sorry. Not that I give a fuck. I just thought it was an interesting thing. She just kind of blurbed it out. She posted a photo and she was like, feeling better than ever. And she does. She looks extremely skinny for sure. And she's like, feeling better than ever. Shout out to postpartum Manjaro. She has made a huge transformation over like years and years and years. So I don't think that's Manjaro. Sorry, I think it's Manjaro is like the make or break of like her changing her lifestyle. Like, it's very evident in the way that she shares things that she's changed her lifestyle since having her first child. I think her first kid is 1 or 4 and her newest kid is like just about 1. So good for her. Like, I think it's very important for moms to take charge of their health. Like, we have to be the healthiest version of us for our kids. It's not just about us anymore. Like, it really is about our children. And she is dancing her ass off on stage. She's doing tours. She is dancing. Like, she is for sure in athletic shape, right? She's not just like rotting around, sitting down, using this drug to eat whatever she wants, right? She's definitely made these lifestyle changes, which I've always said, I am not anti GLP-1s. I am anti using GLP-1s and not changing your lifestyle and not being educated on how to do that. All these doctors, just like birth control, they'll hand out any fucking Ozempic to anyone who wants it, but they're not taking the time to educate you on what it is, what it does, what you should be doing in combination with it, etc. Right? They're just popping it out like candy. And that's when I worry about the repercussions that some people could maybe see. If semaglutides, if GLP-1s, if those give you legs to be able to catapult into that next chapter that you've been working at so hard, like, go off. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, she took the shortcut. Like, if some people need that extra like little bump, like, I get it, but don't abuse it, and I don't think Meghan Trainor did. I think it's very obvious she's put in the work, but I feel like we kind of get to this point and we've seen all these people on Ozempic do it where they're like Ozempic skinny and they're so skinny that I feel like they don't even realize how skinny they are. And like, they're going to look back in like 5 years and be like, oh my God, I was so small. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not giving like, I hate using the term healthy because healthy looks different on everyone, but it's not giving like healthy skinny. Like these people on Ozempic to certain degrees are looking like skeleton skinny, right? Like cocaine skinny is back in. And it's very interesting because we've kind of like flip-flopped from this era of like fat liberation back to like people that are self-hating fat people. I've heard that term, so I hope I'm using that correct. These people that are self-hating fat people, they're now using the drug to get extremely skinny because at the end of the day, they're like, yeah, like I fucking hate being fat. Like these people are very honest. But it's also coming to a point where you have people getting too skinny, right? Because it's almost like they're so traumatized by not wanting to be fat because, they were for so long that they now want to go to the complete extreme opposite end, right? And that's where we see the body dysmorphia issues stem and stuff like that, right? So I'm hoping that we can continue to see a balance. Okay, a balance. And you guys will have to let me know like what you think about the Ozempic craze right now and just what we're going to see going into summer. Like, I don't know. I worry about the outlook of like bodies lately, because everyone wants a body that they feel comfortable in. And that's not a one size fits all, but we're seeing just an extreme trend towards this, like, so I don't even want to use the word chic skinny, but it's like so skinny. It's like, I'm so skinny. Like it's that energy. Like, I'm so skinny. I'm going to like blow away. Like that's how small people want to be right now. And it's interesting. So you have to let me know what you think. Last story before we kind of get into the bulk of the episode. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. I fucking told you guys last week. Okay. Sydney Sweeney has officially called off her engagement, her wedding, all of the things with her fiance. They were together for 7 years, y'all. That's kind of a long time. She started dating him probably when she was early 20s though. Like this girl deserves to go out, live, get dick down. Like, come on, girl. Like you are way too fucking hot. Way too fucking hot. Way too fucking hot. Like I need to just say that one more time. She's way too fucking hot to be tied down, right? Like her best years are ahead of her. So anyway, she was at Glenn Powell's sister's wedding when like this news oddly dropped, like bad timing. Anyway, people are saying that they're playing out like the Anyone But You movie in like real life. Like they've almost manifested their movie. These are two extremely good looking people. Glenn Powell isn't necessarily like my look. Like I'm sorry, he looks like a rodent. Like he really does. His face is so centralized. And I can't unsee it. Like everything in his face is right here. Like it's all so smushed. I'm not saying he's ugly. He's just not my like type. Okay. Regardless, they're both too good looking to not like just try. Like I hope they've at least like hooked up. Like, come on. You do not have that much chemistry. You cannot fake that much chemistry even as fucking actors. Like I know people say, well, but they are actors. You can't fake what they did on that movie. That movie changed us all. That altered my fucking brain chemistry. Okay. So I hope they at least got to like hook out, make out, hook up. Do a little something. I don't know. I feel like at this point, they just deserve it. Like, just do it for us. Okay? Come on. It's really not that hard. They're supposedly not dating. The mom made a statement, something like, we love Sydney. She's a great friend. Like, some bullshit. I'm like, Mom, they is fucking. All right. I know you might not know that, but Mom, they is fucking. All right. So anyways, it was so cute. The wedding was so cute. But let me tell you, I was getting married. Like, I'm sorry. I could not invite Sydney Sweeney. Like, I couldn't. I could not be seen next to her on my wedding day unless I got like the ultimate breast augmentation and I got fucking lipo. Like, for real, I would need a BBL. Like, I would somehow need a cinched waist with big titties and a decent butt. Like, you couldn't fucking pay me to invite her to my wedding. Even if you were like, Des, if you invite Sydney Sweeney to your wedding, like you'll be famous forever. For real, no. Like honestly, bury me first. I could never be seen next to her on my day. That'd be a different place of hell to feel in real life. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. I talk about BetterHelp a lot, seeing as that it's benefited me in the past 2 years. Some people think, maybe, things have to get really bad until you can go to therapy. You're like, I'm not depressed. Why do I need therapy? But really, therapy is a tool to where you're using it
before things were to get worse and to avoid being at your lowest low. I don't know about you, but why the fuck would you want to get to your lowest low before you climb out to the top again, right? BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on your camera. You don't have to wear pants. You don't even have to put on pajamas. You could be naked wherever you're at and do a therapy session with your therapist. So for me personally, I like to put my AirPods in. I'll walk around my desk room. I'll go for a walk outside when it's nice out, whatever it may be. And that's what works for me. It is customizable and it is more affordable than most in-person therapy. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. And girls, don't forget to get on BetterHelp.com/DESB and put in that discount code. If you forget that, you do not get that 10% off your first month. And that is the deal with being in.
And honestly, that's for real, like, so funny to think about. Like, no, dude, if she showed up, I'd be like, why are you here? Get the fuck out. Security. The mall cops would come up and like take her out. So yeah, that's most of the stories that I wanted to chat about today. Now, in terms of reviews, launches, stuff like that, little update. I am finished. I have one more workout left. Sorry, it is Friday. I have one more workout left of my Power Hour program. Obsessed. This was the most fun I've had in a program in a long time. Like, not the most fun. Like, I love my other workouts, but it was a good, like, I don't want to call it a deload, but it was just a fun little switch up for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'll come back from vacation. I'm going to do a few of my favorite Power Hour workouts probably on vacation. I'm going to come back from vacation. And then, like, I'm ready to start a program again. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a good little, like, switch up. And over the past 9 weeks, so back January 26th, I came to you guys and I was like, hey, here's my goals for the next 9 weeks. I'm going to do my 6-week challenge and then my 3-week Power Hour. And I told you guys I wanted to lose about like 10 pounds. I was around 152.8, call it 153 round up. I am weighed in a low weigh-in the other day at 144.2. Okay. So I'm like call it even a pound and 2.2 pounds, like whatever, away from my goal weight. My goal weight was technically like 143. Actually, yeah, sorry. My goal weight was literally 143. I think I told you guys like I wanted to be 143. So I'm really, I almost was there. Okay. Let me have a good poop and I probably would have been there. Okay. But now I'm like about to start my period, obviously. So I don't think I'm going to see a low weigh-in until before I leave. I'm still weighing in about the same with a little bit of fluctuation, but I haven't gone down. I'm like, damn it. Because I really wanted to just have that like stamp of like, fuck yeah, I did it. But like, honestly, round down, like I did it. Okay. So Power Hour alone, I lost an additional 3 pounds from it. 3 pounds in 3 weeks. And I wasn't even trying. Like just with the extra expenditure, the sweating, the output, the steps I got from like running and walking and hiking and all that stuff. It was awesome. Like, it was a great program. I will be doing it again, and I will be creating like a Power Hour 2.0, 100%, because that was such a fun way to train, and everyone else seemed to really like it too. So if you want to do it, you can still do Power Hour. It's available, and also you can join the membership. Now, with that being said, I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. We have specials today and tomorrow only. My birthday, the April 6th, April 7th, 30% off all programs. 30% off all programs with code 30, THIRTY, all caps at checkout. This includes New Year Busy Me, Power Hour, Bridal Boot Camp, Timeless 2.0, Fit Guide 1.0, Strong Ass Mom, Positive and Beyond, At the Core Guide. Any program that you can buy individually, 30% off. Now, we don't have any specials on the membership because what we are rolling out is a free 5-day trial. It is finally here. Everyone has asked this for probably, years. You know, is there any way I can just try your app? Like, and I get it. I'm asking you, maybe you who has never bought a program before, I'm asking you to take a leap on me. Now, if you took a leap on me, like thousands of people have in the past, 5 years, you would know it's worth every penny. However, I get it. It's your hard-earned money and you deserve to have a trial. Okay. So now you can go ahead, sign up for a trial, get on my app, utilize the membership for 5 days, including all the programs that are available and those that are to come. And vibe it out. So I'm really excited. Those are our specials for the week. We do have new Paragon launching on the 8th. This is Tuesday. Sugar High. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. The new, I think it's called the Breathe Bra. It's the one with the double strap. Highly recommend. The Perform Bra, very nice and high support as well for any big busted girlies. The mid-length tees in light speed, amazing. The light speed track shorts, amazing. I love the colors. The only thing I would say is if I could, I wish I could have the Oasis collection, which was the last one we just saw, with like the coral and the lime green and the blue. Oh, it was so pretty. I wish I could have seen those colors in this launch, because I feel like this launch is giving more like pastel spring. That past launch gave me more summer, and I would rather flip-flop them. You know what I mean? Like in a perfect world. But lots of great options. You can use code DESB for 10% off. Yesterday, we had new Hydro Jug launch. I guarantee you there's a lot available. We had new kids travelers, specific prints for kids. So cute. We had the new slim can coolers, all the core colors. We have the new 40-ounce sport. A lot of goodies that dropped yesterday from them. You can use code DESB for 10% off there as well. We do have new Petula coming up, which I can't say much more yet, but I will say just peel your eyes for the end of this week. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. A skincare update. Tula is officially gone, which is so sad. I guess they've been just undergoing a lot of company changes as well. So it's a sad goodbye. I've still been using my Tula stuff. I think they do sun care really well. But I've actually been switching it up to more of my U Beauty routine, which you can always use my code DESB for 20% off U Beauty as well. I've really been loving the flash peel. Like for real, my skin has been looking so good. And I've been doing way more, I should say way less. I was going to say way more less, way less stuff to it. It's been great. They're new. And I'm telling you guys, like this is so random. It's not skincare, but like U Beauty has a perfume. And it's like called Prom or something. Prom. Proem. Like, I don't know. It smells so luxury. Guys, you have to go buy this fucking perfume. Like, if you are in the market for a new scent, like you can look at me, you know, I smell good all the fucking time. Half of it is from the Prom U Beauty. The other half of it, I have my Sol de Janeiro. And I also really like the Louis Vuitton fragrance. But Sol de Janeiro is like a good in-between. Same with like Touchland, like the new body sanitizer or body spray. It's a good in-between of like, in between reapplying perfume, but like the Prom by U Beauty, guys, it's so good. So anyways, outside of that, I've been trialing some Peter Thomas Roth. I got a PR package from Blake Brown Beauty. This is hair care, but Blake Lively, who? Blake Lively, me. Hate if you want. I don't give a fuck. All the feedback I've gotten from people, I'm like, hey, let me know if you've tried this. Everyone's replied, like, literally, I tried it and I've not used anything else. This helped my hair so much. I swear by it, XYZ. Like, okay, you can say what you want about Blake Lively, but she might be doing hair care correctly. Okay? I will let y'all know. There's no big reviews or anything else from TV. I've watched a lot of like tornado stuff. And then we got these terrible storms. It was like, you're telling me I have weather anxiety now too? I can't keep getting older. Like, it feels like the older I get, the more I just worry about everything. Like, do I need help? For real. So I've been watching a lot of like tornado documentaries. And obviously White Lotus. We have the last season finale tonight. I'm so excited. Like, happy birthday to me. Okay. I'm telling you though, like if this season finale doesn't pack a fucking punch, I'm going to sue, because the last 3 episodes, 2 or 3 have been pretty good. Right? I've been like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then it's like, then they end. And then we have this like incest shit. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, okay, where is this plot going? There's so many storylines. There's so many characters. And somehow they all have to tie together. And they haven't really yet. We started to see them interconnect last episode by all of them showing up at Gary's house. But we haven't seen them all kind of like come together yet. And usually there is that one time where everything overlaps. So we have a 90-minute season finale. Will be on the edge of my seat. Okay. Next week, we also have on the 8th, Handmaid's Tale comes back. If you've never watched, I want to say I recommend, but also like trigger warning. Like it can be kind of heavy. Okay. But I really love it. I love the actresses in it. I'm so excited for it. And then obviously we have The Last of Us coming back. I think it's on the 14th. Daddy Pedro Pascal. Oh my God. I love that man. I love that man. He is so gorgeous. And he's always down for a good boot. He's always wearing a good boot. And I love his fashion sense. I love his designer. Like whoever the fuck is dressing him, they just do such a good job encompassing like exactly who he should be. Like that is Pedro Pascal. I love him. I love him so much. So let me know what you guys think. Fun beginning part of the episode. Okay. So to wrap up this episode, I just wanted to venture through a little bit of my 20s and talk about some things that I've learned, some things that I'm going to take into my 30s, some things that I want to continue to get better at, you know, like wherever this conversation might lead us. So ultimately, when I recorded this podcast the first time, I had like one memory from each year that I kind of went through. Okay. And I kind of like was like, oh, remember when I was 20, I did this, whatever. So I'm going to kind of use that as a reference, but just kind of talking about where I started in my 20s and how I ventured through them. And the weird thing is, so I met Wyatt at 19. This year is our 10-year anniversary together. As of May 21st, we would have been, quote, dating, you know, for 10 years. As of March 21st, don't ask me how I know this. Well, I'll tell you how I know. March 21st was our kiss-iversary. First time we kissed, and here we still are, you know. And then September 21st is our wedding anniversary. So that's the only reason why I remember everything is because we kissed for the first time / even like really kind of interacted the first time, March 21st. 2 months later, May 21st, started dating. Then we got married on September 21st. It was not planned out like that. Okay, like it just happened. And I was just always called to the date 9/21 to get married. I don't know why. And we just did. And then I was like, oh my God, we're 21. So we met when I was 19. Huge 10-year for us, kind of welcoming in everything that we did in 10 years together, while also seeing, you know, for him to even see me turning 30 is probably crazy because he was with me on my 20th birthday. Like, you know what I mean? That's insane. So started out my 20s, I turned 20, and about 2 weeks later, maybe even a week and a half, I got kicked off the volleyball team at college. I played volleyball at Western Michigan University. I had a beautiful time. I did not get kicked off because I did drugs or got in trouble. I was kicked off because I stood up for myself, and I stand by that for the rest of my life. I stood up for myself. I stood up for the kind of athlete I wanted to be and how I wanted to be coached and how I was asking to be coached. And my coach didn't like that. And she claimed that I disrespected the program. So she kicked me off, which to this day, like, I hope she regrets. Like, I hope she lives with regret knowing what she did to me, because I was a 19-year-old, just turned 20-year-old girl, told straight to my face, you think you're a lot better than you are. And that stuck with me almost my whole 20s. Literally, probably until I was 28 or turned this past year 29, I finally started to let go of what that phrase was doing to me. And even on my worst days, it still creeps back up. You think you're a lot better than you are. And that always hurts me. Like that hurts me so deeply. So here I am starting off my 20s with a bang. My identity is thrown out the window. I don't know who I am anymore. All I was an athlete. Like, I was an athlete my whole life. I would go to school. I would, college classes with my volleyball bag and, Western Michigan volleyball. Like, I'm that bitch on campus. Like, I'm so proud of this. And the next day I walk in and everyone on campus of, 30,000, 50,000 students, whatever, I'm kicked off the team. That's so embarrassing. Like, I was so embarrassed. It was so embarrassing and humiliating. Meanwhile, my friends got to keep going to practice, and I lost a lot of my friends because I didn't see all of them anymore. Athletes don't really run with the normal people due to like scheduling conflicts. And then you're obviously like practicing, and you become your family as your team. And I lost a lot of my family. I lost a lot of my friends, And so after that, I ventured back into CrossFit. I was really trying to just find community and find a way that I could compete. And I wanted to be a CrossFit athlete. I wanted to be Brooke Wells. Like, I wanted to be Andy Thor's daughter. Like, I was so deep into the CrossFit culture. My dad was, and he kind of introduced me to it, and I was good at it until I tweaked my knee a little bit. And my orthopedic surgeon was like, if you keep running on your bad knee, this is my like ACL knee, this could be bad for you. Like you probably should stop. So I stopped Olympic lifting and I started just weightlifting. Like I was learning this in school. I went to school for exercise science / exercise physiology. And so I was learning how to program, how to make workouts. And so I started to sell them on campus to some friends for like $40 Cash App, and I'll make you a 6-week workout program. And I started working out in the rec myself. So from there, I was approached by someone to this day. Her name's Ashley. I'll never forget her. She came up to me. She was like, "Do you compete?" And I was working out, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? Like, what's competing?" And she was like, "Oh, like, when you're like bikini." I'm like, "No." She's like, "Oh, you just have like the perfect like V taper back." Like, okay. So I went home that night. That's when I looked up competing, bodybuilding.com. And that's when I was like, oh my God, I want to fucking do this. And you know me, impulsive queen. I found a coach online in Kalamazoo. He was the shittiest person I've ever met in my life. I had to meet up in parking lots to pay him. It was fucked up. He was snaky. Okay. I ended up getting rid of him, but regardless, that was my first experience. And so I ended up competing for the first time in 2016. I was 20, I would have been 21, and I won. I won this belt actually. Oh, no, I lied. That was a different, wait, I don't know. Anyways, I won one of these, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to want to compete again. Oh wait, no, I lied. I didn't even win these. I won a sword. It was a samurai sword. Yeah, it's weird. Competing's weird. So I won that. And then I took 15 months off and really built up my body. And this is when I introduced 2017 in my last semester of college and whatnot. I started DESB Fit Training. So that's when we started our first ever Fit Guide 1.0, first ever like kind of challenge Facebook group in all these things. And then come 2018, that is when I went for my pro card. So I went pro in July, got my boobs done. We moved to Florida 2 weeks after. Pro tip, if you guys don't want to help with moving, just go get your tits done 2 weeks before you're supposed to move. I didn't have to lift a fucking box. It was amazing. And I was like, oops, sorry. Meanwhile, my boobs are out to here, like pointy as hell. Brand new fake boobs. Like you can't miss them. Okay. Oops, sorry. I can't fucking lift up a box, but I'll carry this. And I would carry like a bag. So pro tip, hot tip to all you guys. That was kind of where I would say like my 20s almost really began. I was finally starting to take a little bit of pride in who I was in like this brand and community I was creating, because I felt like my community was ripped away from me at 20. You know what I mean? My community, my identity, my team was ripped away, and I was determined to make my own team. I wanted to have a community, and I wanted to have a team of all of us women, that wanted to be better, whatever it might be, and really using what I thought was going to define me to propel me into my next chapter. And if it wasn't for my coach kicking me off the volleyball team, even though that was the hardest thing I've probably honestly ever been through as like a young adult, I would not be where I'm at today. Like I wouldn't be. I wouldn't even be online. Like I would have gone into the workforce. I really wanted to be a physical therapist. I really loved corporate wellness. I would be working for, someone else, or, I would be, the top manager, right? I have a go-getter personality. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I'd probably be like overseeing something, because that was my goal, to like look over the corporate wellness center I worked at. But still, I wouldn't be here. And now I get to share these stories with you guys and inspire you, and also remind you that like that event that you think will define you, you get to define it, right? And I say the same thing about pregnancy and postpartum. Don't let pregnancy and postpartum define you. You define it, right? You get to make it what it is. And that's what I decided to do. So 23, went pro. Later that year, moved to Florida. Later that year, got engaged. Got married at 24. 6 months later, 25, got pregnant with Maddox. This is now 2020. All right. So I turned 20 in 2015. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, yeah. Yes, 2015, I turned 20. So by the way, this is now 2025. Okay, so halfway through my 20s, I get pregnant, have Maddox. Obviously NICU stay with him. 6 weeks in the NICU, 8 weeks early he came. Scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I never wanted to have kids. I begged for a hysterectomy my whole life. Like literally as a teenager, the first time I went to have to like go get on birth control because my mom found out I was having sex. I begged for a hysterectomy. Like if I would have had the medical autonomy to make that decision for myself at such a young age, I would have not been okay. Like I would just not be well. Like to think of a world where I wouldn't have had kids, where I wouldn't have had my 3 kids or even one of them, would be not a world I'd want to be alive in. Like, I cannot believe that I wanted to do that so fiercely. I mean, I begged my mom, like, it's just scary. It's scary to think like, what if I actually did that? But you know what? I didn't. So I had Maddox. We bought our first home. We lost a lot of family members and Wyatt's parents got divorced. And so we were just going through a really rough patch this first year of our marriage on top of just like having Maddox, COVID. Like it was just a recipe for just tough times, you know, and we really stood it out, whatever you want to call it. So then we moved back to Michigan. This is end of 2021. I was like, if we are ever going to have more kids, I have to be next to my family. We need support. We need village. And so we moved back, and little did I know, I found out I was pregnant like 5 days later with Archie. Then we obviously found out Archie had his CPAM. That was tough. 20 weeks back to back, every single week, Ann Arbor or Kalamazoo for MFM appointments. That is something I don't wish on anyone. The amount of stress I was under during that time, the mental health aspect of it, I was so scared every week that I was going to lose him. Nonetheless, if I had to birth him, would he be okay? Where I wouldn't be able to get to Kalamazoo in time or Ann Arbor. Like I'd have to be airlifted. I mean, we had all these plans and it was just scary to think about him. He came out, had a little issue breathing for the first 5 minutes, but overall they deemed him asymptomatic. 6 months later, had his surgery. So he's still, you know, he only has 2 lobes of his right lung. And that's all he'll ever have. So by this point, I'm 27. 28, first true summer. This was a really fun year, 2023. It would have been 2023 summer. Fun year. I was done breastfeeding. I went to Houston. We went to Buff Bunny stuff. All the launches that year, I don't know why I remember them so intimately, but like every launch that year from every company was just a fucking banger. I was so strong. I was like 12 months postpartum, 13, 14, 15, 16, like all these great things. I was honored to receive, I don't have the award next to me. I was honored to receive an alumni award, the Keystone Early Career Award from Western Michigan, which is so cool. And this is, you know, they give it out once a year to a new individual. It recognizes outstanding individuals who hold or have held professional position with a record of achievements and demonstrate high potential to be an exceptional leader in their chosen profession. So I received that. And then it was that night that I got pregnant with Evie and didn't know it. We were just really celebrating, I guess. So after that, here I am. I turned 29. It's my last year of pregnancy, my last year breastfeeding a baby, the last time I have to push one out. Like all these things, kind of a full circle to be able to end my 20s with this experience. Nonetheless, with a daughter. You know, being able, the amount of things that she taught me about my body and the way I was speaking to it and the things I was saying to it and even the way I wanted to push it, you know, to be such a role model for her, it just hit a little bit different than with the boys. And also knowing it was my last baby, like I just get to celebrate all these beautiful things now and look back at 10 years of life and 30 amazing years on the earth. Like what an honor to be able to know my heart has continued to beat for 30 years, right? My eyes have continued to see, my ears have continued to hear. My legs and my arms have been able to continue to give hugs and to walk and to visit people and to move my body. So many things to just be grateful for on a birthday day. And, you know, although that was a very, very much like a short story of my 20s and kind of sharing how I got really where I'm at today in my 20s, it's amazing to still be able to do this with you guys. At the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed ever, you know, like online and stuff like this. And so for you guys to choose to keep showing up for me, I hope you know I'm always going to keep choosing to show up for you. You know, this means the world to me, to be able to do what I love genuinely every single day and be able to see my kids grow up and be able to support my family is something I could have never, ever dreamed of. You guys see where I'm at now, and you don't see the hard work that I've put in, and you don't have to. Okay, that's not the point. But my point is like, I know what I've gone through to get here. And it's so fucking rewarding when I have people like you listening, continuing to like reach out to me and just be like, hey, I loved this week's episode. You're my favorite podcast. Or like, I love your content. You make me laugh. Like, yes, it's affirmation. And yes, I'm seeking that, right? But when you do what I do, that affirmation is like what keeps you fucking going. Like, because it is hard to create content. It's hard to think about new things or, oh my gosh, are people going to like this? Or I'm constantly thinking about how others are going to view me and are others going to like this? Because that's how you succeed. Like you have to have, like, other people have to like what you're doing, right? Other people have to trust your reviews. They have to, you know, whatever. And so for you guys to do that over and over and over again, and many of you being with me since the beginning, you know, this is a huge day for us too. You know, I feel like if you entered with me in my 20s, my early 20s, the beginning years, the CrossFit years, the when I was at Western years, like if you followed me that long, like this is just as monumentous for you and me as well in our relationship, right? Because it's like, wow, we're growing up together and it's really cool. And you think of like growing up alongside like our favorite Disney stars, Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, right? Zach and Cody from Sweet Life, like that's me and you right now, right? Like, we're like, wow, like we're here now. Like, this is so crazy. And we only have more to continue to go. And I'm so grateful to share my life with you guys. I'm so grateful to have you guys share yours with me, and support me in ways that I get to keep doing this. And, you know, I don't know where this podcast is going to go in my 30s. Like, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what's on the plate to come, you know, but I can say I have a great time doing this. It means the world to me. And until then, we're chilling. Okay. I love you guys so much. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting me on Sundays and every day, wherever and however you support me. Go get your free 5 fucking day trial of the membership, bitch. And enjoy. Okay. I love you. Happy birthday. It's me. It kind of reminds me of Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. It's me. Happy birthday to DESB. Happy birthday to me. I love you guys. I wish here, let's blow out the candle. Oh. Did that kind of work? All right, bye.